Do you wonder if unschooling is right for you? If you've been homeschooling and it doesn't seem to be going the way you envisioned, you may find yourself finally asking if unschooling could be right for you and your kids. I have 5 signs that will indicate it's time to consider unschooling. Maybe you just started homeschooling this year, or maybe you've been at it for a little while. We all can come to this point at various times. And that's what I want to talk to you about this week. 5 signs that unschooling may be the solution you're looking for and how to get what you need to get started.
I'm Sue Patterson, and this is the Unschooling Mom to Mom podcast. Each week, I'm sharing a little unschooling pep talk, only about 10 minutes, something to help you grow your confidence and keep you going. It's so easy to get pushed back to what's familiar in educating and parenting our kids. I want to offer a little reassurance to counter that, to let you know that this unconventional approach really does work. Your kids will actually be better off because of it. If you've listened before, welcome back. And if you're new here, hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Sue Patterson, an unschooling coach with nearly 30 years experience, ready to share it all with you. My own 3 kids are now 34, 32, and 29, all unschooled, and they have degrees, careers, businesses, own homes, all the things. But what's different about them is that they had this really awesome childhood filled with adventures, learning about themselves, and how to find the resources they need to do whatever they've wanted to do. That's what we all want for our kids, right? It just takes a little courage to get off that educational conveyor belt and really individualize the learning and the life with them. I can help you do that. I have so many resources, free and paid, and you can find them all at the unschoolingmomtomom.com website. Enough about all that. Let's dive into this week's topic.
Okay, so here are the 5 signs that unschooling may be the solution you're looking for. Number 1, your kids are resisting everything you offer. And that can be so frustrating because you've probably spent quite a bit of time looking things up and finding the resources needed, but they're not buying into it. They either flat out say no, or they reluctantly agree but don't really engage. Maybe number 2, you feel burnt out. You've tried all sorts of curriculum and none seem to work. But really, you should get a pass on this one because when it comes to the marketing of homeschooling resources, holy cow, parents don't stand a chance. Curriculum companies play on our fears about kids being successful and parents being exhausted. So they sell you a done-for-you program that supposedly will make your kids love learning and wake up eager to do all those worksheets. That doesn't usually work out. But you're tired of it all. You've lost the spark. Or number 3, your kids are just unhappy with the situation. They're checking the boxes, but they and you feel it's all a little meh. They're not enthused at all. You may have even gotten to the place where you're all wondering if it wouldn't be better to just go back to school. Number 4, your parent-child connection is suffering because of these home educating choices. This is a hard one. You brought them home from the school system or never sent them because you thought it would mean a closer relationship. Instead, you've become the warden of the schoolhouse, the lesson plan overlord, the curriculum czar, not what you had initially envisioned by a long shot. And the 5th sign is that your online searches are all about finding new curriculum. Something has to work, right? And as we move into spring, the online communities start to go into a bit of a frenzy to find that just right curriculum. The problem is something you've already discovered. They don't really work. Not for you, not for the kids, and then it's wasted money. So much money down the drain. I want to get you off the hamster wheel and recognize that truly individualizing the learning for your child isn't going to be found in someone's curriculum. It's not what they're designed to do. Unschooling is designed to do that, though. So maybe it's finally gotten bad enough to seriously look at this unschooling thing, right? That's okay. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm just glad you're here, looking into it before you throw in the towel. So many unschooling parents have been exactly where you are now. And more times than I can count, they say how they wish they hadn't resisted the idea of unschooling for so long. They wish they had started sooner. Our brains are funny things. They want to keep us safe, so that's a good thing. But they're not always equipped with the right information to make the best choice. They tend to want us to lean back toward what's familiar. Even if it wasn't great, exploring the unknown is usually the last resort. I think that may go way back in our evolutionary ways, stepping out of the cave, away from the herd, dangerous territory. But here you are. And good news, here I am too. And an entire unschooling community ready to support you on this unconventional journey. 10 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to access all of these unschooling resources. A gentler approach to parenting and educating was way off to the side, maybe not even visible in your own town. But now the internet is full of information that can help you, and the unschooling mom to mom resources are awesome. What usually happens is somebody says, I've tried it all. Now, how do we do this unschooling thing? And how you do it will depend on a few things, primarily how you learn best. If you have a lot of self discipline, I'd work my way through the podcasts. Set aside a little time each day to immerse yourself. This is kind of a deschooling exercise, but it will fill you with good, solid information about unschooling, and that will help you conquer your fears. I know it takes a little self discipline, but this is the free way to get a little stronger, a little more confident, and create the routine that you need. Riding a conveyor belt because it's familiar won't improve your endurance and stamina, right? So I'd like you to take this approach. I'm working on some videos that will help you get started if you're brand new. So for those of you with kids still in school and you're still deciding, keep listening. Join the email list so you don't miss out, and I'll make sure you have it as soon as it's ready. But if you stick with this podcast plan and you're listening here, so you like podcasts, right? You can work your way through them all. They don't have to be done in any kind of order. Just look for the topics that might be good responses to the particular fears or concerns that you have. Everyone's going to be different. Maybe start at the second episode called What is Unschooling? It will get us on the same page, and it might not be a bad plan to work from the bottom up, the oldest episodes first, but it's totally okay to skip around. It will be as if we're meeting for a quick cup of coffee and I'm giving you a pep talk. They're all over at the blog too, so you can read along. Also, if I mention more links or resources to dive deeper, some of them are in the show notes. The rest are also at that blog post page too. And now the podcasts are also at YouTube in a playlist. So I'm trying to make it available in as many places as possible. This way, parents who don't know they actually have good options that could work for them and for their kids, they can find out about unschooling. I still have unschooling guides that are little mini magazines to help you dive deeper on particular fears, like how will they learn about academics or make friends, or even what to do about all this technology and screen time. These are inexpensive ways to get more information on that particular topic that's bothering you. And some of us like to read more too, right? I want to offer you two things special because you're a podcast listener, though. First, I want to give you a discount on my Jumping into Unschooling course. It goes on sale a couple times a year, but if you put the word podcast in the discount code, it will allow you to only pay $99. The sale price will be available to you even if the sale is over. This is such a good course that you can do in a weekend. It will give you a solid unschooling foundation and knock out a lot of the fears, plus bonus resources like guides and ebooks. So be sure to look at those before you do anything else. But my favorite unschooling resource is the ongoing support from my membership group, Creating Confidence. Parenting can feel like you're on a roller coaster. It helps so much to surround yourself with parents who will help you find solutions other than putting the kids back in school, a solution we usually hear when we go to our more traditional friends and family. And I'm waiving the sign up fee for this for podcast listeners. So it's only $49 a month. It's only about $12 a week. And not only do you get 2 coaching calls a week and private texting options, but all those guides and ebooks are included, and all my courses are half off for members. I do all of that because I really want to point you to the place where you'll get the support you need to be successful at unschooling. It might take a little courage on your part, and it's going to take some effort to rethink the way you look at learning and kids and priorities, which is why that daily workout plan is such a smart way to go. But it's so worth it. I'd love to walk along with you as you figure this out. Think of it as a little virtual hand holding. Reach out if you have any questions. I hope to see you over in the membership. Happy unschooling, and we'll talk again soon. You've been listening to the Unschooling Mom to Mom podcast. You can follow Unschooling Mom to Mom on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and even YouTube. If you haven't yet, go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your favorite listening platform is, and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Join me next week for another Unschooling Mom to Mom pep talk. Thank you for listening. Happy unschooling and enjoy your kids.